It's been almost 2 months now since Jean Rounds, the wife of Senator Mike Rounds, passed away at their home in Fort Pierre.
Now Rounds and his family are looking to celebrate Christmas like they have in the past while still grieving the loss of a wife, mother, and grandmother. Our Austin Goss sat down with the senator at his home this week.
Hey, come on in.
Christmas at the Rounds residence is underway, but it's a little different this year.
This was the big time of the year for us, and to bring all the family together. And this is when everybody would get together. She would do all the pre-planning.
For the first time in decades, Jean is not there to celebrate it. She passed away last month at the age of 65, following a 3-year battle with cancer.
She always had to be working on a project, and Christmas projects were her specialty.
But her legacy and her creations still cover their home along the Missouri River.
Tell me, again, the quilt work thing is something you've brought up to me on several occasions. It's obviously something that stands out to you as a husband, and I mean, it's pretty immaculate. I mean, it's not exactly like sewing, it's a little different. Just tell me a little bit about that hobby.
The needlework in our home, it's all Jean's. She did Santa Clauses, she did nativity scenes, but it was all done perfectly. All the stitches are right in line, and it's a counted cross stitch. But she's got literally dozens and dozens, maybe 120 to 150 different works that she's done.
Her impact extends beyond the confines of just their home. Jean was instrumental in the construction of the new governor's mansion during Rounds' time as governor.
She was the person that made the final decision in terms of the colors and working through what would work long-term for the commercial side or the public side of the big kitchens, the colors that were coordinated, the paint on the wall, the styles that were put in to begin with, the cabinetry and so forth. She was actively involved in all of that.
But physical structures, planning, and decorating were not the limits of Jean's influence. She was a steady hand at the helm for the family, on the political and personal front.
She kept the home fires burning. She made sure that the family was together. She made sure that what the kids needed was being provided for. And she had a way of keeping me in line.
Mike and Jean married in April 1978, after dating for roughly a year. From those 43 years of marriage, the foundation was laid for a political dynasty in South Dakota. Rounds would serve 2 terms as governor. He was elected to his 2nd term in the United States Senate in 2020. Most important of all, 4 loved kids and 10 grandchildren. All of this made possible by a chance interaction. How did you meet Jean?
Well, actually, she was on a blind date, and that my roommate had set up for her, and his girlfriend had set up for her, and I say I rescued her, but I suspect it was more along the lines of, we just got along really well. This is bean soup for the rest of today, while the other soup is getting ready for Christmas Eve.
Now, with the family constantly over, Rounds looks to memorialize and move forward, both personally and politically.
Well, working as governor was the greatest job in the world, and I had the privilege of doing that for 8 years. Now it's payback for me, but I think this is really important because this is really where Washington or our government is at the most dysfunctional level, is in Washington, D.C. Simply giving up on that, I don't think is the right thing to do. Do I get asked about it? Oh, absolutely, literally on a daily basis.
People ask you on a daily basis.
Would I come back? Yeah. And my message is look, I have a job. I've got a full-time job.
But wherever the 67-year-old senator from the Pierre area ends up, Jean will never be too far from his heart.
Is there a certain memory or personality trait or thing when you really miss her that you just kind of just pops into your mind, like that one thing?
It's her eyes. Her eyes. They just understood. There was something there that was very sincere, and I've thought about that. I think that's what brought her to me in the first place.
In Fort Pierre, Austin Goss, Dakota News Now.
And you can listen to the full interview with Senator Rounds on dakotanewsnow.com.